St. Thomas University Digital Journalism and New Media present.
Hi, I'm Millie Squires, and thanks for joining me on this week's Basement Files. Our top stories today: the Fredericton Fall Craft Show returns after being away for a year. Students experienced their very first time being on campus after remote-only classes were held last year. University students add their own twist on a Thanksgiving to make Friendsgiving. The Fall Craft Show is back for the first time in over a year at Fredericton's Exhibition Center downtown. This year's show saw over 100 vendors selling their crafted passions to the delight of customers. St. Thomas's Jessica Giacone has the story and the crafts capturing Fredericton's heart.
Fredericton's favorite craft show at the Exhibition Center has finally returned. At the beginning of October, the exhibition grounds welcomed over 118 booths from around the province. Proof of vaccination at the door grants Frederictonians access to some of Fredericton's best craftsmanship. Fun license plate decals and handmade artisanal cheesecakes are some of the many talents being sold at this year's fair. Kit Stevens is an experienced vendor attending for the 10th time who is simply excited to chat about her passion and finally interact with others in person again.
They look at this and people smile. When I say it's wire, no patterns, no jigs, no nothing, they go, "How?" I'll sit and do a name, and the adults are always turning their heads, trying to figure out how I'm twisting the name around. And you just make it like a child is taught to print, same way.
And what's her most popular item?
Most popular, elephants of any size. Elephants, elephants, elephants. And more elephants.
While families and young kids fell in love with Kit's wire art, many also gravitated towards Sherry Lee's quilted coin purses. Sherry Lee is attending the fair as a vendor for the 3rd time and started her craft as a way to pass time after retiring.
I retired and I needed something to keep myself busy, so I decided to go back to my hobby of sewing.
Over 100 differently patterned purses and wallets line Sherry's booth. From Disney princesses to geometric designs, there is something for everyone.
The handmade food and crafts won't be here for long, so head down to Smythe Street at the Exhibition Center to see some of Fredericton's finest while they're still around. For St. Thomas Journalism, I'm Jessica Giacone.
After a year of online classes, many international students finally had the opportunity of coming to Canada. St. Thomas students Amik Bermeo and Anna Canart share how this experience has affected their lives and the differences between online and in-person classes. St. Thomas journalist Pirina Rivas-Rabanyo has the story.
The first year in university is an exciting and unique experience, but these international students didn't have the same luck.
I was really excited about the idea of moving abroad and studying here in Canada, and the fact that probably I had to stay for one more year in my country and study online. It was kind of sad.
Amik Bermeo, a second-year student from Ecuador, felt disappointed when he couldn't come to campus during his first year due to the pandemic.
I had to prove myself that I was really capable of organizing and studying by myself. Like one of the things about online classes is that we should push ourselves to educate.
Ana Cañarte, a second-year student from Colombia, also missed her chance of coming to Canada for her first year.
I'm not good at online classes. I get distracted, I don't pay attention, I do everything else that's not supposed to do with the class. So I didn't actually like it, but I was willing to do it because I knew that eventually I was going to come here.
But after a whole year of online classes, both internationals arrived at St. Thomas University. They fell in love with the campus and the nature of the city.
My favorite place is probably outside. I love nature, so the fact that I can see and be with nature and study in nature, I love that a lot.
Amik and Anna enjoy having in-person classes and having the chance to meet their new friends.
The experience is completely different than the online classes. You got this opportunity to engage with people, to connect even with your professor. Whenever you have a question, you can just raise your hand and ask them immediately. Once I was here, I experienced a walking week, so it was such an amazing week to make a lot of friends.
Many second-year international students are glad to finally be back on campus and take in-person classes, mainly because they can meet all their new friends. This is Pierina Rivas-Rabiano for St. Thomas Journalism.
The recent reinstatement to a state of emergency has caused the cancellation of Thanksgiving suppers in New Brunswick. University students have come up with their own solution, and Robin McPhail has the story.
Indoor private gatherings are limited to 20 consistent contacts. In university living situations, that can be difficult when many students don't live at home. A Friendsgiving between a group of friends is a safe solution in this time. 3 houses of friends have agreed to be each other's steady 20 and have a supper together this year to celebrate.
Not all of our friends are going home for Thanksgiving this year, so we thought it would be a great idea to throw a Thanksgiving dinner for them.
The host moved the kitchen table into the living room for extra seating, also included decorations.
Because of the state of emergency, I wasn't able to go home. My mom didn't think it was safe, and with the single house bubble, it was better just to stay in Fredericton, so she canceled Thanksgiving. So I was really happy that Hannah put on the Friendsgiving because it was a great taste of Thanksgiving.
Hannah cooked a full Thanksgiving meal by herself for the first time, although guests brought the desserts. Thankfully, everyone helped clean up afterwards. Friendsgiving showed to be a great alternative for the students that were unable to go home. Hopefully next year, going home won't be an issue. This has been Rob McPhail for Stu Journalism.
To be a good coach, you need to be a leader and passionate about the game. Jessica McDonald learned from the best coach she ever had, her mother Anne. Robin Roy looked at how Jessica prepares her team for success.
The U16 Miramichi Kaboom is spending this year with the Miramichi Valley High School and St. Thomas University volleyball alumni to coach them. Jessica McDonnell.
I loved playing, so I figured if I couldn't play, I would coach so I could still be around the game.
The Miramichi Kaboom plays against other cities across the province. Although Jessica works 2 jobs, she says her love for the game allows her to make room to volunteer as a coach for the team. She wants to inspire young girls like she was by her mother when she played. Jessica says she learned all of her coaching skills from her mother, Anne. Anne is an English teacher at Miramichi Valley High School and coaches the women's volleyball team on the side.
My mom won a provincial title with her high school team, and I was lucky enough to experience that with her, even though I wasn't a player anymore with her. I was in the stands, and to see her passion and just the love of the game that she had really inspired me.
With decades of volleyball running through this family, it's safe to say that the torch has been passed down through generations and the sport will continue to be a big part of their lives. Jessica's hope is to one day be as successful as her mother.
Thanksgiving is a time to spend with family and eat some good food. Yet for the 2nd year in a row, the Premier has ordered families to not travel to be with others and instead have a household Thanksgiving. Keegan Keddy has the story.
The leaves are changing. There's pumpkins on front steps that can only mean one thing. Fall has come again, which means that Thanksgiving is here. Thanksgiving is a time to be thankful for what you have. Although usually filled with the overlapping voices of your family members talking about the news or what sports are on, this year will be different. Blaine Higgs has informed the citizens of New Brunswick that there will be no visiting for Thanksgiving this year to slow the COVID cases down, making it 2 years in a row with no visitation. Households will be within themselves, carving the turkey, mashing the potatoes, and eating delicious pies. People may look at this Thanksgiving as a loss, but there's always things to be grateful for. Plus, there's more for the dogs.
Thanks for tuning in to this week's Basement Files. If you'd like to see more, make sure to head to stewfiles.ca. I'm Millie Squires.